Alrighty. So, we just recorded our entire lesson, and my mother called me in the middle of it, and we lost 20 minutes of footage.
Didn't realize it.
And did not know because the camera was flipped the other way. So now the camera is facing us so we can see everything. And we're gonna do everything over again. So, basically what we worked on was, I don't remember where the last one left off, but at the very beginning, we worked on...
Ooh, we worked on that phrase.
Yeah,
no one ever mentions. Remember before that.
Yeah, no one ever mentions fear. Yeah, so let's start that again.
I probably need the practice.
Yes. So we're gonna start at people always say life is full of choices, no one ever mentions fear. And I just want to hear you sing it so I can remember what we were up to here.
Is this the beginning?
Yeah. Oh, now that
Okay,
we're
yeah.
here. All right, so now you go.
People always say life is full of choices, no one ever mentions fear or how the world can seem so vast on a journey to the past.
Beautiful. So what we worked on before a little bit was the transition from chest to head voice on people always say life is full of choices, and then the transition into the head voice on no one ever mentions fear, so you can get those high notes that are in your range and in your head voice. So I want you to that sounded great. That sounded awesome because we were trying to bunch. So I'm gonna back it up and we're gonna go from the same spot, and I want you to start at people always say life is full of choices. And we talked a little bit about taking some lifts, where it specifies in the music. People always say life is full of choices. No one ever mentions fear. So really think about, I want you to think about that rest a lot in between mentions and fear, because we tend to be like, no one ever mentions fear, but there is a rest there where she says no one ever mentions fear. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
She's that's what she's really talking about in this phrase. So I want you to focus on that a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, I didn't back it up far enough.
Oh, that was on top of it. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
People always say life is full of choices, no one ever mentions fear or how the world can seem so vast.
Keep going. Breathe.
On a journey to the past.
A little bit higher. There you go. Beautiful. You can keep singing.
Somewhere down this road, I know someone's waiting. Years of dreams just can't be wrong. Arms will open wide. I'll be safe and wanted. Find me home where I belong.
Perfect. So I'll stop you there. You did finally home where I belong, and instead of breathing before finally, you breathed in the middle of belong. So maybe mark it in your score. Just say definitely breathe before finally.
Yeah.
So what page is that?
22.
22. Let's do somewhere down this road. I know someone's waiting. On 21.
What were you pointing at? You were pointing at something when I did wrong.
Ooh, I was pointing up because I wanted you to get higher because you were falling a little
flat.
flat on it. Yeah. So whenever you see me point up, that's always meaning I want you to just go.
Figured.
Tiny,
I saw it too much higher.
Yeah, sorry. I could be like this.
No, oh, it is doing something.
Oh, goodness gracious, Mary Agnes. Is it still going? Okay, it's still going.
Was it?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Still going.
I got worried.
Gosh. We're so stressed out about it now. Okay. So somewhere down this road, I know someone's waiting. Years of dreams just can't be wrong.
Okay. Somewhere down this road, I know someone's waiting. Years of dreams just can't be wrong.
I'm gonna stop you there because you had 3 opportunities to breathe.
I did.
You didn't breathe at all in any of them. You went right through the rest. You went right through everything, girl. You just barreled on through that phrase, and it was great. But I could hear you running out of breath at the end. A little bit. So if you want to breathe at the rest, you're allowed to. I actually think it would be even better if you breathe in between waiting and years. Somewhere down this road,
so fast.
I
But
know
yes,
someone's waiting.
It's the same thing
Years of dreams just can't be wrong. Because on that wrong, we really want to have really stable airflow. We don't want to be at the end of a phrase being like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll start it back there. Great sounds. Great sounds.
That was it.
Oh, is that it?
We were like, pause. When's our pause?
The lead up to it.
Yeah.
You're all good. Remember, deep, big breaths.
Somewhere down this road, I know someone's waiting. Years of dreams just can't be wrong. Arms will open wide. I'll be safe and wanted. Finally home where I belong. Well, starting now, I'm learning fast on a journey to the past.
Beautiful. Good. Okay. So yeah, there wasn't a ton of support there. That's why you flipped a little on the journey. So when you don't feel like you have a lot of support, or when you feel like you're running, was that because you were running out of breath?
I thought that I was too high, actually, and so I was like trying to check myself.
You tend to second guess yourself a lot
Was
on your
it
pitch
really?
accuracy. It was completely fine.
Because
So-
I know that's something I struggle with.
Yes, exactly. So it's good that you're very cognizant of that, and it's good that you are always thinking about that, but sometimes I think you get a little bit too in your head about it.
Yeah.
And you think, oh, am I singing this right? And instead of just feeling the phrase, you think note to note.
I try to change it.
Yeah. Which can end up making the piece sound a little bit clunky. I don't think it sounds like that at all. But when one tends to get so in our head about thinking like note to note to note to note, that's something that I struggle with a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Is making sure every note is like perfectly accurate and then losing the phrase completely. Because I'm just singing like this instead of singing like this.
That is kind of what happened.
So I think a big thing I wrote down when you sang this the first time, wherever my notes are, all of my pages are jumbled up. Yes. What did I write? Confidence on what the notes are. That's what we need. You need some confidence on what these notes are because you know this song. You know it pretty well at this point. And you are singing it beautifully. So I think that you should absolutely trust yourself. And if you get off base, I will help you. So I can get you back up there. So let's what time we got? All right, let's move on to the ending. We had some really, really good progress with the ending that we now cannot see anymore, but we're gonna try and recreate it. So
we'll just improve on it.
We'll improve upon it. Yes, we don't need to necessarily recreate it perfectly. So with the ending, getting into this high stuff and starting out one step at a time, on page 24. So one of the really wonderful things that we just worked on is using nya 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 to singing it on a nya 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 to get things really bright, because her head voice tends to get a little bit fuzzy because she's so used to singing in her chest voice. So with that, let's have you sing. Let's have you start at one step at a time, one hope then another, and we'll work on that.
One step at a time, one hope then another. Who knows where this road may go? Back to wait, was I supposed to be singing it on
No, I just wanted you to sing it.
First,
No,
what's
you're
that?
fine.
Okay, sorry.
Also, you did the exact same thing again where you did not breathe.
Oh.
You really do have a habit of like barreling through a phrase, and then we end up with having a little bit less support at the end because we don't have as much air.
I think something weird is happening where I breathe at the rest at the beginning of the first little phrase, and then I don't need to breathe at who, and so then I'm thinking about I don't need to breathe and I need to switch into my head voice.
You also didn't breathe when we just went through it. You did not breathe at the rest. But that's okay.
This is why you're the
I
teacher.
think, and also it's so hard when we're so in our heads and looking at the music to really be cognizant of every single thing that's going on in our voices and our bodies, because there is so much happening. It's a machine that's happening at once. We're an instrument.
Yeah.
So there's tons of stuff going on, so don't beat yourself up about that. That's why I'm here. I'm here to catch all the little stuff. That's why I think you don't need, this is when we were talking about lifts. Michigan accent. I don't think that you need to take a breath at that first rest. Just take a lift. So a lift is, we're not actively breathing, we're just stopping the sound for a little bit. So like, one step at a time, one hope then another.
Without breathing.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
No breath was there, but it adds a little bit of drama. Reels everybody in. And then I want you to breathe after another.
Yeah, that's right.
And another, who knows where this road. And if you're afraid that you don't have enough time for that breath, take the breath and don't worry about, because you can come in a millisecond late and no one will know. So that's my advice to you on that.
Yeah.
So let's start that over. You got this. Really support yourself. No swaying, no loosey-goosey.
Okay.
Really have a strong foundation under you.
Okay.
Oh, that's it. Ready, sing.
one step at a time, one hope then another. Who knows where this road may go? Back to who I was, on to find my future, things my heart still needs to know. Yes, let this be a sign, let this road be mine, let it lead me to my past and bring me
Right.
home.
Keep it up from your mouth. Beautiful. That was great.
Okay.
That was great. We are pretty much out of time, so I'll let you go on that one. But absolutely great work. Thanks for re-recording.
Thank you.
You had like a 45-minute lesson to an hour lesson.
Lucky me.
So yeah, great stuff. Thank you.